All right, the stage is set for what should be a really good game one as this series gets underway. Introductions wrapping up down on the field, and first pitch just minutes away. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. Game one of the American League Division Series. It's the Minnesota Twins and the Toronto Blue Jays. With my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Game one is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture game one, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. About to get started here for game one. And today's starting pitcher, Kevin Gausman. What should we keep an eye on here?
4-pitch guy. He's got some options to work with in terms of keeping hitters off balance. So we'll see how he decides to utilize those weapons through this start here, and whether or not he's able to mix them all in early, or if he wants to hold something back a little bit later, maybe second, third time through the order, and give them something they haven't seen. It's tough when you know a guy's got that in his back pocket. As a hitter, you really have to stay on your toes.
Swing and a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Waste no time there. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Obviously a guy who makes good contact, hits for average, but one of the things in today's game, the value in the fact that he hits both righties and lefties. Line drive. Green brings it in. One away.
Batting first, the catcher, Danny.
Man at first with one gone. So up next for Toronto, Danny Jansen. Paddock, an all-star a season ago. He features a four-seam fastball, a changeup, a curve, and he works in a slider. Swing and a fly ball in the air out towards right center field. Green makes the grab for the second out. Two outs, runner at first. And next for Toronto, George Springer. And a pitch. Swing and a ground ball out to short. They get the force, and that is the inning. Blue Jays held in check. We'll move to the third with no score. Now Correa up to hit. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field. When you're taking your lead over there at first, you got to be very careful. This guy on the mound's got a good pickoff move.
To short, could be two. Over to second for one. And that's two. One hit in the inning, but no one left. On now to the bottom of the fourth. No score.
Up next to the Blue Jays, the second baseman, Justin Johnson.
This one in the air, center field. Durant under this one. And that's the inning. Through four. Game one of the division series. Now here is Ryan Jeffers.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because He's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Three-two. On the ground, right side. Johnson. To first. One up, one down.
Well, he's doing a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind him with another ground ball. Good execution.
Now back, second baseman.
If you're a base runner, you got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get into scoring position.
On the ground, 2 ball. Off balance feed, there's one. How about that double play?
Sometimes double plays get turned so quickly that you don't really get to appreciate.
Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Justin Johnson. 1 for 3. Hit hard the other way. Down the line. This has got a chance. And foul. This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win it for him. Swung on, belted. That's back there. Ball game. A shot to the opposite field. And they walk it off.
Well, in the postseason, there's so much excitement, so much energy, everyone hanging on every single pitch. To have a walk-off win under these circumstances, these people have gone crazy. What a nice win, but you got to turn the page quickly to come back for the next game.
And your final 4-2. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
Fans are final line.
Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Minnesota Twins and the Toronto Blue Jays. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. And a lot riding on this one as these teams meet for game 2, Chris.
Yeah, this might be the game to actually decide the series, Boog. When it's 5 games, getting a 2-0 lead is a dominant position to be in, and I don't see this series getting to a 5th game if we have a repeat of game 1's outcome in this one.
Yeah, the Crows start circling for a team that falls into a 2-game deficit, not where you want to be. First pitch coming at you right after the break. So just about set now. Today's starting pitcher, Jose Barrios.
Try to stay back for that power changeup. Speed differential between the fastball and the changeup is huge. Hitters, they have a hard time staying back.
2 on with 1 out. And now here is Justin Johnson. Crushed. Left center field. This one's deep. Forget it. He powers that one out of here. His 2nd homer this series. The Blue Jays on the board first. It's 3-0. Chris, he's homered in back-to-back games now.
Yep, seeing the ball well, and he's got his timing locked in. He's looking pretty dangerous at the dish right now. With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Now back to second baseman, Justin Johnson.
There's a swing and a drive. That's back. And that is gone. Another homer. His 2nd home run of the game, and they tack on to their lead. It's 8-0.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one, and you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be.
Now batting Jarren Duran.
Number 16, Jarren Duran.
Let's go. You got this guy.
The Twins with a lot of ground to make up, and we're here in game 2 of the ALDS. On the ground, 2 ball. Johnson tosses to first, and 1 away in the top of the 3rd. One down. Royce Lewis getting ready to hit.
Soft contact right here.
Right-hander kick steals. On the ground left side. 6, 4, 3 double play. And the inning is over. So no runs here on a base hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head down to the home half of inning number 3. It's the Blue Jays 8 and the Twins nothing. We're in the second game of this division series. And now for the Jays, Justin Johnson. Moran back to work. Ripped to third. Slings it across. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. Man at first. Royce Lewis, the next Twin up to hit. The pitch. Hit on the ground, might be 2. Flips it, 1 at second, and it's a double play.
Sometimes double plays get turned so quickly that you don't really get to appreciate all of the finer details and how these guys execute.
And now, Justin Johnson. He's got a couple homers already, so can he possibly do it again?
Come on, man. Of course he can. Those 2 he hit were legit, and he looks pretty locked in right now at the dig.
And that one hammered. Banks off the wall. The run comes in to score from second, and they're pulling away up by 7 now. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Well, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also...
And he hits a ground ball right side. The flip to the pitcher covering. Now 2 away as they get a run across. Runner at third, 2 gone. Danny Jansen to hit here. The Jays up big in this one here in game 2. On the ground out to short. Whips it to Kirilov. That ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left. We head to the 7th now in game 2. Jays 11 and the Twins 3.
This is what you call taking care of business. When you've got home field advantage and you win the first 2 games of the series, that's what you come to the ballpark to do. They've worked hard to get to this point. Now they're in the driver's seat. We'll see how they do once this series continues. But so far, they've set the tone.
(11-6) the final in this one. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Fans our final line score this afternoon.
Festivities wrapping up. The crowd is electric, and we'll be back to get it going right after this. Welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show brings you the American League Division Series. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Minnesota Twins. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. We're looking forward to what's sure to be a dramatic Game 3, Chris.
Well, it's a lot to ask a team to come back from down 2-0, but it's been done before, and I know they're not lacking in confidence, even in this tough situation, but it all starts with getting off to a good start in this one.
And when you're the team that holds the 2-0 edge in a 5-game series, you want to end the series right now.
Absolutely. Avoid any drama or doubt and finish the job.
First pitch coming your way next. Just about set to go. And towing the slab, Pablo Lopez. How about a scouting report on him?
A really good outing for him last time. Scattered 2 runs, was attacking hitters, getting ahead in the count. Great performance. We'll see if he can do it again in this one.
One away, runners at first and third. Justin Johnson next up for the Blue Jays.
Hey, need you right here, kid. Drive something.
That one is absolutely belted. That's back. And out of here. He'll touch them all. That's his 4th home run of the series. And they lead it. It's 3-0. That's his 3rd straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. It's like he's playing wiffle ball up there, and that's typically not the easiest way to hit a home run. To the slight opposite field, into the gap. Man, making it look easy, that's for sure.
Here's Royce Lewis.
Batting third, the third baseman, Royce Lewis.
The wind of the pitch. Ground ball right side. Fires over to Guerrero. That is the inning. Down go the Twins in order. They trail in this one 3-0.
Now back, second baseman, Justin Johnson.
Better 5, big one.
And that one is lifted in the air. Sizes this one up. Drops into the glove. Runner tags at second. In there safely.
Up next for the Blue Jays,
Come on, big one.
the second baseman, Justin Johnson.
Hammer, base hit. Rounds third, headed for the plate. He scores, and the lead is up to 5. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. Singy, he's a guy that covers both sides of the plate about as well as anyone in the sport. How difficult is that to do?
Oh, just look at the back of my bubblegum card. You'll see how hard it is. These guys are great, man. They have the ability to look out there, but also to be able to turn on the inside pitch. Those that can really sharpen things on the outer half, those are the ones that become elite.
And now for the Jays, Alejandro Kirk. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in game 3.
Here we go.
Bounce to the right. To first, but it pulls him off the bag.
That one really hurts. You're already down in the game, and that error puts you even further behind. Just can't let it compound from here, though. You got to flush it, get ready for the next one, make a play, get back in the dugout.
So 2 down, and now the right fielder, George Springer. Two outs. Up the middle. Oh, great stop. The throw, it's there, and that's a great play. So they get 3 runs in the inning, but they also leave the bases loaded. We're midway in the 4th. Jays 9 and the Twins 3. Third game of the division series. Here's a big power threat. Justin Johnson. This is a tough situation for a team to be in, trailing by so many in a postseason game. It looks like it could be a... Oh, now this is blasted. Way back there. On its way. Gone. A gigantic blast. His second home run of the game, and they add a run. It's 10-3. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. When you're working with this kind of velocity, so critical that you move the ball around, work quickly, and make sure that you keep that hitter off balance. Clearly not fooled by the location or the velocity. He was all over that fastball.
Man at first with 1 gone. Kyle Farmer up to the plate now.
Now batting, first baseman.
You know, as a player, you hear all the time about flushing a bad game and moving on. That's never more important than in the postseason. If you lose this game, you can't let it affect the rest of the series.
And a pitch. Rolled to short, could be 2. Bichette. 1 at second. And it's a double play to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left. On to the 7th now in game 3. It's the Blue Jays 10 and the Twins 3. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Justin Johnson, looking for his 3rd home run of the game.
Yeah, he blasted his 2nd of the game in the 6th inning. This guy looks like he's playing on beginner mode in this one.
Beginner mode is where it's at, Chris. That one ripped. That's bad. And it bangs off the out-of-town scoreboard. Coming home. Now a relay to the plate. He'll score, and it's an 8-run lead.
Waste no time there. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been, but obviously you have to be happy with that result.
Man at second with 1 away. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. And a pitch. Swing and a miss, and he was fooled.
Just a really nice slider down and in there. He wants to get the hitter thinking fastball, speed him up, and just subtract some velocity and add a little movement.
Righty to the plate. Out to short. Correa. The throw to first. And Guerrero is set down.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
The catcher.
Man at second here with 2 away. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. This guy, one of the best defensive catchers going. You talk about framing, the ability to block, catch, and throw. He is at the top of the game. Man at second. Soft contact in the air. Hauls it in to end the inning. So they pick up a run on 2 hits. No errors and a man left. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. Jays 11 and the Twins 3. Spencer Steer, the next Twin up to hit. 9th inning elimination game. Chris, it's a tall task. They're going to need a crooked number to tie this game up.
Yeah, and they just have to remember that they have had many innings over the course of the year where they've scored more runs needed than they need in this one. So just relax, get your pitch, and make something happen. He's dealing with a great 2-strike hitter right here. The strikeout is not automatic.
Ground ball could be 2. Bichette. There's 1. And that will end it. The Blue Jays are headed to the ALCS.
Well, a really solid division series win. They can move on to the next round and I think relax a little bit more. Congratulations. Get ready for the ALCS.